Have you noticed that the person you used to be feels strangely unreachable? As if your own memories belong to someone else? As if you're watching your life from behind invisible glass while everyone else continues as normal? If these moments have found you, stay until the end, because what feels like your greatest collapse may be revealing something you were never taught to recognize. There is a moment in some lives when the inner architecture suddenly gives way, not through years of meditation, not through peaceful surrender, but through overwhelming experiences that arrive without permission. Many people describe this symbolically as an ego death born from trauma rather than spiritual practice. It doesn't feel enlightened. It feels like disappearing. The peaceful path toward transformation usually unfolds like autumn leaves falling one by one. Trauma is different. It tears the tree apart during the storm. One invites surrender. The other forces survival. Yet both can leave us standing before the same question: who am I now? If you've ever felt like a ghost inside your own story, know this. Many people understand this feeling as the mind's way of creating distance when emotional overwhelm becomes too great. It is not proof that your soul has abandoned you. It is the strange silence that can appear while your inner world struggles to reorganize itself. The first sign is the shock of premature dissolution. Everything familiar suddenly feels foreign. Your personality no longer fits like clothing you've outgrown overnight. The roles you once performed seem borrowed. Symbolically, this can feel like the collapse of an old identity before a new one has had time to emerge. It is terrifying because certainty disappears before understanding arrives. The second sign is living inside the psychological void. This is the strange middle space where yesterday's self has dissolved, yet tomorrow's self has not been born. You search for your reflection in old habits, old relationships, old ambitions, and find only echoes. The emptiness is not always punishment. Sometimes it is the silence required before a deeper voice can finally be heard. The third sign is feeling untethered from your own body. Thoughts become louder than breath. The mind races while the body feels distant. In moments like these, many people discover that healing begins not with answers, but with sensation. Feel your feet pressing into the floor. Notice the weight of your hands. Follow your breathing without trying to change it. Touch something textured. Listen for the quiet sounds around you. These simple acts can become anchors when consciousness feels like it is drifting too far from shore. The fourth sign is surviving through micro-identities. You may no longer know who you are in the deepest sense, yet you can still become the person who makes breakfast, the person who walks the dog, the person who waters the plants. These small identities are not fake. They are temporary bridges carrying you across waters that feel impossible to cross all at once. The fifth sign is becoming painfully sensitive to noise, conflict, and endless stimulation. The modern world rewards constant visibility. It asks you to perform yourself every hour of every day. Algorithms encourage endless comparison. Personal branding demands certainty before certainty truly exists. But during inner reconstruction, reducing sensory overload is not weakness. Many people experience it as creating enough quiet for the nervous system to regain a sense of stability. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is choose less. The sixth sign is confusing dissociation with enlightenment. The absence of emotion can look peaceful from the outside. Detachment can imitate wisdom, but there is a profound difference. Spiritual growth expands our capacity to meet reality with presence. Trauma can narrow our ability to fully experience it. This is why spiritual bypassing can become so dangerous. When we label every absence as awakening, we may overlook the deeper invitation to gently reconnect with ourselves. Then something unexpected begins to happen. The darkness slowly changes its shape. The void is no longer only empty, it becomes spacious. Instead of seeing it as a hole swallowing your identity, you begin to experience it as an encounter with reality before all the masks returned, raw, unfiltered, unprotected, not comfortable, but astonishingly honest. Insights often arrive here with overwhelming intensity. Old memories rearrange themselves. Hidden patterns become visible. You suddenly understand relationships that confused you for years. Yet wisdom must be digested slowly. Just because truth arrives all at once does not mean the nervous system can carry it all at once. Let each realization settle like snow instead of crashing like an avalanche. Eventually, you notice something impossible. The shattered pieces never return to their original shape. And that is precisely their gift. Glass that breaks cannot become the same window again. But molten glass can become something entirely new, more flexible, more honest, more capable of bending without breaking. Perhaps awakening was never about becoming someone extraordinary. Perhaps it was about no longer exhausting yourself pretending to be someone you were never meant to remain. The old self was not your enemy. It protected you until it no longer could. Think it, release it, walk forward without demanding immediate certainty. If you are standing inside this strange landscape today, where nothing feels familiar and everything feels unfinished, remember this: not every collapse is an ending. Some are quiet invitations to meet yourself without the armor that once kept you alive. You are not failing because you feel uncertain. You are not behind because your identity feels unfinished. You are not broken because the map no longer makes sense. Sometimes the deepest transformation begins exactly where certainty ends. If this message found you at the precise moment you needed to hear it, share in the comments which sentence spoke directly to your heart. Someone reading your words may discover they are not walking through this alone. Subscribe for more reflections on awakening, healing, and the quiet mysteries of becoming. Until next time, be gentle with your mind, patient with your heart, and remember that even the longest night is already turning toward dawn.